bestie, and welcome back. I am so excited that I'm finally sitting down to do this video because I've been meaning to do a longer YouTube video on this for such a long time. So without further ado, here it is, how I transformed my mind and body. I'm always really mindful when it comes to making these kinds of videos because the last thing that I want to do is insinuate that one body type is better than another body type, or that you need to look a certain way to be healthy or to be happy or to look good, because there are so many different body types. Everyone has a different version of healthy, and what looks healthy on one person may not look healthy on another person. But for me, this is more about what I've done to feel the most healthy that I have felt in a long time and to feel more comfortable in my own skin. And I never want you to do anything that makes you feel like you are restricting yourself and that you're not genuinely happy. Okay, let's get into it. I'm gonna go over 4 talking points today. So for context, if you don't already know, when I was a teenager, I was really unhappy with my body, and honestly, that was more an issue in my mind than my body because I looked absolutely fine. I feel like I just let the Tumblr days get to me and I wanted to be as skinny as possible, and for me, that is just not healthy. So I went on this whole journey of becoming like way overly obsessed with counting calories, with doing way too many workouts. I was doing so much cardio. I was getting sick all the time. I did not feel good, and to be honest, looking back, I didn't look good either. I didn't look healthy. It looked like I was depriving myself of food. I went through that phase that I feel like every gym girl goes through, of just doing way too much and becoming way too obsessed with it. Fast forward a few years, I literally within a month randomly put on quite a bit of weight. Looking back, I feel like it was a lot of water weight and maybe a little bit of body fat, but more so I feel like it was water weight. I'm gonna show you a picture of what I looked like then. I'm gonna show you what I look like now. It's not like a massive difference, but I just felt genuinely, I felt really uncomfortable in my body. Like I didn't feel good. I felt lethargic. I felt low on energy. I didn't feel like myself. Like I knew something was up. I feel like there was a lot of inflammation in my body, and I went on this journey of trying to figure out like what I can do to change that and not get back to what I was before, but get to being like the healthiest version of myself and do what my body truly needs. Now I finally feel like I'm at a place of balance where I truly love my body. I don't restrict myself. I live by the 80-20 rule, and I feel the happiest and healthiest that I've ever felt. Okay, I'm gonna stop waffling now and actually get onto the point. I saved the most important point for last, so stick around till the end because you're gonna wanna hear that one. The first thing we're gonna talk about is food. So I used to be of the mindset that it did not matter what you were eating, as long as you were hitting the right amount of calories, then you're good. I was so wrong, because here's the thing. For your body fat percentage, yeah, maybe that does work. For your gut health, yeah, that doesn't work. It's going to ruin your gut if you do not prioritize eating whole foods, and trust me, in the long run, it's gonna bite you in the ass, because I had so many gut problems that I had to work on healing my gut so much. Enter the kombucha. I do not track calories now at all because I find that I got like a little bit obsessive with it. I think it's good to know, but long term, I'm never gonna be someone who tracks calories like for the rest of their life. What I do now is I prioritize eating whole foods. Obviously, I've said this before, I live by the 80-20 rule, so I will by all means go out and go to a restaurant and order what I want, and I will order in, I will do all of those things, but 80% of the time I am eating whole foods and I'm prioritizing buying good quality organic food. I really try to avoid processed foods, GMO products, all of the bad oils like rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, and foods that are high in sugar and generally just very processed and have way too many ingredients. If you look at the back of the label and it has a bunch of chemicals that you don't know the name of, that's the kind of thing that I try to avoid now. So eating whole foods and getting more nutrients into my diet. I used to eat more or less the same thing every single day, like an egg bagel in the morning, a protein shake, the exact same protein shake in the afternoon, and then some kind of combination of the same dinner every night. So I've watched quite a few documentaries on gut health because I basically did a deep dive into this. My mum has colitis and I have stomach issues, so I was like, I need to make sure that I have this on lock and I know what I'm talking about. The main takeaway I got from what you need to do to feed your gut naturally is have as many vegetables and fruits as you can throughout the week. I used to eat the same thing more or less every single day. Now I genuinely try to eat as many diverse vegetables as I can to feed my gut everything that it needs, because I think before I was missing a lot of key nutrients. When I go to the store now, I literally pick up random vegetables and I'm like, find a way to use it. My main takeaway from food is that I've really tried to focus more on eating whole foods, the quality of my food, and making sure that I have like a diverse diet. Next up, we are on to stress. My body and stress, we just don't get along. Like, honestly, stress makes me ugly. I get spots, I hold water weight, I get so lazy, I crave sugary food. Like, stress and me, we are not friends. You need to learn how to deal with your stress if you feel like you're like me and stress just doesn't work out for you at all. And I don't want to be cheesy, but the ways to manage your stress are all the things that people say that you're like, oh, they're not going to work. Low-key, they actually work. Do your workout every day. Meditate. It is so good for your mind. Journaling helps so much to understand your thoughts and help to rationalize them, and also talk to someone that you love and you value their opinion. If you're like me and you're an overthinker, once you voice your stresses, honestly, it halves the problem and you realize that there's not actually that much to be that worried about. Next up, we're going to talk about supplements. So before I would take supplements, and I actually had no idea if I needed the supplements, which in hindsight is really stupid, I went and got my bloods done by a trusted doctor and found out everything that I was deficient in, and now I take supplements depending on what I actually need for my body. So I take vitamin D. I'm Pakistani and Asians are known to be deficient in vitamin D, so that one was no surprise to me. I also take zinc, I take iron, I take a few other things, but basically doing a blood test to find out exactly what you need for your body is truly game changing, because why are you taking a bunch of random supplements you don't even know if you need them or not? Honestly, it makes no sense. The last thing and most important thing that I want to talk about is cycle syncing your workouts. This has been a game changer for me. I started cycle syncing my workouts a while ago, and I need to put you onto it. So I'm going to explain to you what the 4 phases are. You might already know this. If you don't, if you do, hang around. I want you to hear it again. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what the different phases are. You have your menstrual phase, you have your follicular phase, you have your ovulatory phase, and you have your luteal phase. I read this book called Period Power. Actually, the tripod is resting on the book right now. The book is amazing. Go and read that book. It tells you everything you need to know about being a woman. I was literally shocked when I read it that I didn't know half the things I learned. Okay, so we describe the menstrual phase as the winter. So during this time, you're feeling really low on energy. You already know this if you have a period, that you just feel like you want to be in a little cocoon, you don't want to do much movement. So during this time, I like to do Pilates and yoga, low impact workouts to allow my body to rest and recover whilst I'm on my period. You then go into your follicular phase, which is like your spring. Your energy is building up in preparation for ovulation. So during this time, you're going to start building up your workout intensity in tandem with that. So you can start adding in like sweat workouts, power workouts, do your power walks, all of that stuff leading up to your ovulation. When you get to your ovulation, maximize the energy that you have. Do all your strength workouts, all your cardio workouts. During those 5 days, you are going to be feeling like that bitch and you need to maximize that. After that, you go into your luteal phase, which is where you start to wind back down towards your period. So you want to wind down your workouts as well. So you can do some like power workouts and strength workouts in the first few days, but the closer you get to your period, wind it back down to the Pilates and the yoga. Honestly, cycle syncing my workouts and working with my body has been game changing, and I need you to try it. So I read this book and I was like, okay, how the hell do I simplify this and make it easy so I don't have to do the work every single day to figure out exactly where I am in my cycle? I have figured out a solution. I'm so excited to tell you about this. So if you don't know, I have an app called Cloud9 Collective, which is dedicated to women's health and wellness, and I have created a cycle syncing feature on the app. So all you need to do is say your cycle start date and the length of your period, and it will tell you exactly what workouts you need to do, exactly what day of your cycle you're on, how you might be feeling. It basically does everything. All you have to do is open the app and click play. I have been working on this for such a long time and I'm so excited for you to try it. It has literally changed the way I work out, and feeling like I'm working with my body rather than against it is game changing. Those are basically the 4 things that I did to transform my mind and body. I feel the healthiest I've ever felt, and moving more towards holistic wellness just feels so much better for my body. Like, I'm not forcing my body to be something that it's not. I'm embracing what it is and maximizing that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will see you next time. Bye.